Hey there, how you doing? I haven't Twitch streamed in a while, and I decided to make a new avatar for myself because why not? Not much to say at this point. It's just that I haven't been in VR for a long time. Haven't been in NEOS, especially for quite a while, and I miss NEOS. And I wanted to get back into it, and I wanted to get back eventually into some more NPC building. So all I've been doing is I've been importing meshes that I've been finding for free. I'm trying to modify them and change them in the way that I can customize my own NPC models in here. By NPC, I mean non-player character, or a bot, as they're sometimes called. Anyway, I'm just here on... Which island is this? I didn't even check. It's a nice-looking island. Maybe I'll quickly just have a look and explore. This is my point of view. See my hand there? There isn't really much to show you in terms of what I'm working on right now, but this is just someone else's world. I'm just chilling out, taking in the waves and the water, as you can see there. It's quite relaxing. So I can just walk around. There isn't really any point to this Twitch stream today. I'm just literally showing you places to chill and collect your thoughts and meditate and think about what to do with your life. Has quite a nice atmosphere here. Very nice. Let's go to the bridge, huh? Move this over here. And down we go. Some nice houses here. Guess I could run more quickly if I wanted to. As you can see, it's kind of an aimless quest today. I'm really just, I'm really just checking things out, quite honestly. Just relaxing, chilling out. The next couple of days, though, I'm going to get back into the swing of things, get into the thick of building, working on some AI meta creation musical software or meta composition software with my buddy Kavanch. And my friend Liz and I, we're going to be making our own NPCs. We're getting back to making them. We've had a bit of a lull, but we're not going to let that stop us. I figured a change of avatar, at least to be a purple guy, I figured a change of avatar would maybe get me in the mood to maybe be more creative. Now, again, this is a cartoony kind of avatar, just like my other one is. I'm okay with that for now, because I'm just really chilling out, quite honestly. But eventually, maybe I should get a more so-called serious avatar and get when I want to get to business in terms of building a non-player character. This is really just a Twitch stream ramble. There's nothing really important to talk about. I figured I just need to do this, just to relax, get some perspective, remind myself how cool VR is, and also remind myself to eventually get to work. But, you know how it is. Sometimes you have to relax first, and then the thoughts come in that sort of transitive thinking you have. You open up all the thoughts inside your head, and eventually it'll all make sense, and everything will work out. Oh, there's this fence in the way. Speaking of things that aren't working out. So, yeah. Well, this place is pretty relaxing, I gotta admit. Nice sunset, and the waves, and yeah. It's not really a fantasy setting here. It's just a sort of, kind of like a real world kind of chill out dock. Can I even go further here? Yes, I can. I just got stuck on some wood there. Oh, it's just so nice here, Sometimes you just need to chill out and relax, collect your thoughts, and not think too hard about what you're trying to make or trying to do or trying to accomplish. But just remind yourselves that you can't take a world like this for granted. I feel very fortunate to be in and privileged to be in a virtual world where I can assume any form, morphologically speaking, and do what I want in the comfort, really, of my apartment in so-called real life. But it's just I can be somewhere else and not my dirty apartment. I can be somewhere that looks clean and nice, organized. It's a pleasant change from how I feel. in terms of my real life, my so-called real life environment. As much as I love my real life situation in many ways. Yeah. See, I'm at a loss for words because, again, I'm still in, not shock for returning in VR, but just I haven't really taken stock of what I'm here for in the first place, you know? My friend Liz and I received both received some government grant funding to, as I said, make some NPCs inside of NEOS here. Can't wait to really get going on it. We've made some prototypes and drafts and stuff like that, but we're not at a place where we feel that the progress is happening fast enough for us. And we're hoping that maybe if we just chill out a bit and not let it get to us the stress to trying to finish a project or something, maybe we can actually get something done and enjoy ourselves and enjoy what we make and have fun with it. So in the meantime, though, tonight I just wanted to change my avatar. Check out this matrix scrolling here near the phone. Where'd the camera go? It's going to face me eventually, but I'd like to see where I'm making eye contact here. So, you know, what was I going to say? This is how distracting it is sometimes to be in VR. You just want to chill out, you just want to look around, explore, not think about all the projects you should be doing, but instead think about nothing in almost like a Zen kind of way. Sorry, if you see me what it looks, you know, if you see me shooting my head, I'm not really shooting my head. I'm just opening and closing an interface that might not be visible to you. Actually, I can make it visible to you. Why not? Since I have nothing else to really do at this point except chill out. Just give me a moment. There we go. You can also see my there. Oops. You see this ribbon over here? Just move this out of the way temporarily, or I'll use my smooth POV. This ribbon here, these give me extra button options. Also, you can see my account details over here, and this is literally the camera that I'm looking at, so I can see myself and see what's going on. Okay, let me take away that. There we go. And let me go to this. Yes. Ah. So yeah, what else to say, really? Oh, I know what I can do. I'm just not really getting my act together here, am I? Alright. This is what happens when you kind of go AWOL for a while. You kind of lose track of what you can do in here and what you should do in here. Right now, I guess my focus for tonight was to, as I said, to make an avatar. Here it is. I like it better than the other one for now. I like being a furry, actually, in virtual worlds. I have no problem with that. So avatar-wise, I feel better. I was also looking for a good world, not just to relax inside, but also to like a studio kind of place where it's clean, no clutter. I can see what I'm making clearly, and then start building and having fun and getting into that flow state, which I'm clearly not in right now. So I'm not in that flow state at the moment. But I will be. Sorry, I'm just looking down here. I don't know why I can't cross. Oh, there we go. This is probably the most laid-back Twitch stream you've ever seen. The only anxiety you get is my own internal psychological anxiety, not anything to do with the landscape here. Sometimes it's good not to have any agenda when you want to talk about something, right? Oh, where's camera? Camera's there. Okay. What nice waves and water. Nice sunset too. I'll give you once again. The mountains could look more realistic, but everything else looks pretty good. The water looks nice. Yeah. Kind of a nice arrangement here. See, I can't even concentrate properly. I'm so immersed in this world and just chilling out. I can't even focus on any kind of conversation. And it's not like there's anyone else in this particular space right now to chat with me and distract me. If there is, I'll introduce you to them and we can talk. Again, this is probably the most... I keep on repeating myself, huh? This is the most casual Twitch stream. Yes, it is. eventually I will show Twitch streams of me actually creating things to show you my progress, or maybe I'll just wait till I'm done creating and then show it to you. I don't like showing my mistakes, and I like working in solitude usually. I don't like people seeing what I'm doing because I don't really know what I'm doing until it's done. So even though I have plans and everything figured out, it's I like to not really show my process because, well, it's my process doesn't look too sharp. All right. I'm very self-conscious as to what I build or create, especially while I'm trying to figure out something. In NEOS here, there's this logic system, so you can actually program things. I'm going to be programming my NPC. I've already experimented with the logic system here. It's called Logics. That's a proprietary system within NEOS here. But there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve even when you're trying to build in code inside here and build, like literally build things in real time and in real space here, or real virtual space here in NEOS. Even with all that, it seems intuitive, but some things have a bit of a learning curve. And then as soon as you learn something, the software gets updated, and then you have to learn something new all over again. So that's a bit frustrating. But some things are easy to create. Maybe I'll quickly show you, because why not, right? You probably want to see what NEOS can do. Okay, let me just open that up again. Let me do this smooth point of view. There we go. Let me make my menu. There it is. Let me show you something here just quickly. There's a menu, as you can see, I'm looking at. I'm going to my inventory. And let's see, what shall I show you from my inventory? I want to show you how to just make something from kind of nothing. So we go to Essential Tools. We can go to these tooltips. As soon as you equip your hand with a tooltip, then you get a wrist menu. You can open and close over your wrist, and that will help you figure out what you can use the tooltip for. So, for example, if we double-click on this, there's the tooltip here. I'm going to close this now. Don't need it. I'm going to double grip. Oh, I don't have permissions to equip this here. I see. The person who made this world has blocked me from building in here. Fair enough. I was going to show. Maybe I'll go to another world eventually, but so when you're in the world, when you're in the world where you have permission, it's actually quite easy to build. You just can create a new object and grow it and stretch it and texture it, and it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll go to another world in a minute and show you. I just don't really want to leave this world. It's just so nice. Yeah, it's just so nice here. Look at it. It's so relaxing. It's not extremely realistic looking. It's not photorealistic, but it's good enough. There's a bit of some aliasing issues, so it gets a bit blurry in parts with my headset. But, looks still pretty nice here. It's certainly got the relaxing effect. I still feel like I want to be here and just chill and not do anything, not even build. just chill, collect my thoughts. Maybe I'll go invite Liz here. Maybe I'll invite my friend also Convanch here. Maybe invite some other friends inside NEOS here to come back and maybe just even brainstorm in here, not even to actually build, Just relax. I wonder if I can climb this ladder. Yeah, I can grip it and climb it. Look at that. Will I fall? Yeah. Well, that's okay, because let me show you something, all right? Look at my hand. Hold on. Look at my hand. See this? Change it to... Oh, I can only teleport here? I can't fly? Oh, come on. Oh, I'll show you teleporting anyway. Ready? Teleport over to there. Boink. There we go. I think I prefer walking here to teleporting. Okay. All right. Never mind. Some worlds give you permission to do things, some worlds don't. All right. Hello again. Okay. Well. Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be a productive day. What I've done is, as I said earlier, I've uploaded all these meshes. And they're not textured yet, because I got them for free, so I'm going to retexture them and then break them apart and smash them together, reassemble them into brand new shapes and bake those textures, and then glue a bunch of parts together, kind of like collage, except in a VR world, and try and work on sketches for the prototype for the NPC body that I'm making. And then go to Logix eventually and replace some scripts and get some scripts figured out, and then animate the creature and to give it sound effects and everything else, and then have it compose music in real time with its own musical style. And that's where Kavanch comes in with his Mesom meta creation software. So using this software, he's allowing my NPC to compose in its own musical style, which of course it will be a style I will teach it to do. Okay, what else am I going to do here? Just giving a close-up here. Hello. See, as you can see, I have nothing serious to do here. Just chilling out, trying to relax, trying to remind myself that VR is a good place to hang out. And maybe, just maybe, I will overcome some of the technical hurdles and, start building properly. I've built a lot of prototypes and sketches of NPCs already, and even sculptures already in NEOS, but none of them really inspire me enough, to do the kind of projects I want to do. And so I've been really trying to do some soul searching there and trying to figure out what's worth doing and spending time on within NEOS for this kind of project. So I think it's partly a technical hurdle, just trying to figure things out and be able to modify things and change things and understand the interface enough to save what you're making and all that kind of thing. And then getting the scripting to work, to have the logical operations work where the NPC can float around and animate itself with particle systems and maybe change its appearance eventually in real time, and also do its music composing. Tomorrow, finally, we're going to get the music software for the meta composition part fixed. So maybe the music will inspire me to figure out better mesh models. I have some ideas for what I'd like to do, and again, these are based on prototypes I've tried to make. I was really inspired by French visionary neoclassical architecture from the late 1700s, and there are these epic architectural buildings with tons of columns, and they're huge geometrical objects, and I like the bigness and the scale and the presence and the sort of dramatic effect these kinds of architectural buildings have. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to make that into an NPC form, a living embodiment of that kind of, visionary neoclassical type expression? So, I was also trying to figure out how representational I want the images to be for the NPC body design. So, what I did yesterday is I downloaded a whole bunch of columns and pillars from Greco-Roman times, and I've downloaded some other kind of textures and other kinds of even everyday items like curtains, just for the wobbly textures, and also some cars, chrome cars with all the cool parts you can take apart and redo. So, I'm thinking about making an assemblage like that, a kind of a maximalist assemblage of all these different parts, all these columns, just like make tons of columns and then make them huge and small and huge and small. And then, it doesn't sound that great right now the way I describe it, but in my head I'm imagining something quite powerful that would match the density and the, how would you put it, the dramatic effect of the electroacoustic kind of meta compositions I'm programming my NPC to make, to compose in its own kind of style that I help determine. Anyway, this is one big ramble that has nothing to do with this scenery. It's picturesque, wonderful, relaxing scenery where I can collect my thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm thinking about the best way to execute maybe this. Maybe I shouldn't worry about... I used to worry about trying to be totally original with the NPC design where you've never seen anything like it before. I like the idea of things looking alien or weird or maybe just unique to cyberspace. But then what is cyberspace? Like, if you look around here, it looks pretty representational, doesn't it? We got, like, a bunch of houses and some clouds and water. And sure, I look like a cartoonish furry right now. But is that something that's unique to cyberspace, or is that all cyberspace is about? Maybe it's certainly shouldn't rule it out. So I'm thinking about, in terms of my NPC design, how much should it look like anything else? my creature, my intelligent being or semi-intelligent being that goes around, floats around, and interacts with people and composes music for them in real time, in real virtual space here. You know, so I'm thinking about a couple options here and there. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, you know. So, but like before, I didn't want anything representational. I want to be, well, not necessarily abstract, but we didn't recognize it from a real world source. But now I'm starting to relax about that, you know? Why not? I mean, I just don't want to, I didn't at first want to devolve into neo-modernism or neoclassicism or postmodernism for the visual design of what I'm going to make, but you know what? Like, maybe I should relax about that. So I was thinking now, yeah, maybe Greco-Roman columns, maybe changing them and morphing them a bit and making tons of them might be a cool looking idea. And maybe it'll add this to this dramatic presence. And yeah, it will still float like a weird alien being, even if it looks kind of like a piece of Greco-Roman architecture. And maybe that's the fantasy kind of cyber alien part of its visual design that is unique to cyberspace. So, you know, I'm thinking about that more. I haven't settled entirely on... sorry, I'm just putting my thumbs here. I haven't entirely determined what I'm going to do and how this NPC is going to look. You know, why was I thinking about French visionary neoclassicism? Not for political reasons. I mean, there's some politically questionable things behind the development of these buildings at the time, the 1780s. But where was I going with that? I got lost in the politics of it, not the aesthetic of it. Yeah. This is the problem when you go into a stream of thought and a tangent, and you look at the nice waves and everything else. You just kind of lose your train of thought, which is okay. It's not like I'm committing right now to just getting down to working, you know. Yeah, about representational. I'm just trying to remember what I was going to say. French neoclassicism. Why to do it? I know. Okay, I'm just going through my head. Trying to think about it. Come on. Trying to remember. Tapping my head there. Trying to get those thoughts out of my head. See how expressive you can be in VR? Whee! Okay. Neoclassicism. Why? I mean, other than to convey so-called, what they used to call timeless principles, but I've totally lost my train of thought, and I don't mind continuing the Twitch recording. That's funny. I'm just going to walk around. Whoops. I forgot to bring my camera with me. Take off that. Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah. All right. Can I open this mailbox? Nope. Okay. Just give me a second here. Just trying to... This world's so distracting, it's hard to even have a train of thought, you know? So I'll get a nicer background and what... Hold on. Grab this. It's totally amateur camera hour. Alright. Just gonna come over here, because I think I want a different view. How does this look? Huh? Okay, that's such a bad idea. Okay. Never mind. I'm still getting used to the interface, even including how to do a proper camera view. Where was I? Neoclassicism. Why French visionary neoclassicism in the world? Classicism in a world like this that has nothing to do, this particular world here, that has nothing to do with visionary neoclassicism. Why? Oh, I know, yeah. So, what are the things that are unique to cyberspace, to real cyberspace, like where I'm in right now, to the Matrix, to VR? So sometimes the worlds look, you know, kind of smooth point of view. Sometimes the worlds look fairly realistic, and they try and simulate or emulate realism. All right, that's partly what cyberspace does. But you can also go to a fantasy environment. There's a philosopher of VR named Michael Heim, is a friend of mine. He talks about transmogrification, transcending your form. Right now I'm a furry, right? Being able to fly. Not in this literal world here, but in other parts of NEOS you can fly. And more of your imagination is at least possible, well, I was about to say theoretically possible, but it's actually possible, just not in this particular world here. You can fly, you can change, you can transform other things, you can create things out of thin air, which maybe I'll show you in another Twitch video, not this one, because of this world's blocking me from doing that. So why not create a non-player character, a bot or whatever, an AI being that has physics unique to cyberspace. Okay, it can fly, it can change its appearance from super huge to super small, tiny, and also be able to sense more of the world that we can normally sense in real life. And yeah, I chose neoclassicism. This is where that was going to. So partly it would be good to think of an NPC in terms of being kind of abstract, or at least about cyberspace, about the fantasy, which is no longer fantasy, about transmogrification, about change, about defying physics in the conventional sense. And at the same time, showing dramatic presence, showing elegance, showing all those kinds of things. And, oh yeah. But why did I pick? I remember now my whole train of thought. For a few minutes anyways, I'll try and hold on to this thought. Why neoclassicism? Well, I'm inspired, like many people, by classical music and classical art. I'm not an extreme conservative in any sense. It's not like I think it's the best thing ever in the world and I hate new things. Not at all. I love novelty. I love brand new artwork. I love brand new aesthetics as well. But there is a part of me that really likes some of the essence of the old classical music and the old classical style. What is it about it I like? Okay, so this is the thing I'm trying to untangle in all this. Neoclassicism was a restoration of Greco-Roman classicism about essential principles and things like this, and it tried to refine it and also increase it into a dramatic scale that could not be realized in real life. Okay, it made a building that's so huge that it would take a virtual world to render it right now, even with our current technology, probably. I've actually been to a replica of a French neoclassical building in Sansar, which is another virtual world, and got a tour of it. It's not as big. This one particular building is not as big as I thought it would be, honestly, in terms of the actual scale to human, or to semi-human. Actually, in that case, I was a human, but the other reason that what also drew me to the neoclassical world and the classical world is this kind of foreboding, and you could say pretentious, foreboding seriousness about it. There's something really serious. I'm just going to do a close-up just to emphasize the seriousness. There. There's something really serious about... Okay. You're looking at this cartoon character talking about seriousness. But there's something really... there's something. It's a seriousness that's lost. We're in the world now of memes and postmodernism and looking at everything ironically, including how I look and how this world looks. It's hard not to laugh about anything you see these days. It's hard not to see a reference to something else anymore. And even back then, there were references to other things. In the 1700s, there were references to Greco-Roman culture. In classical music, there were references to earlier music. It's not like they never did reference anything. But there's this kind of seriousness, trying to make a pure art music, for example. Beethoven was into that, a pure kind of art music, not having to explain what it is. It just is, and it can make you cry, or it can make you feel overwhelmed, or make you have a transcendent spiritual raising experience, or whatever. And we don't see a lot of that anymore. We just sort of canonized it all, and we've archived it all, and now it's a museum level. This part of Western civilization is just a big museum piece now. Not just the artifacts, but also, and sure, there are some architectural buildings that survive, but sure, I say this as we're taking statues down now. I'm actually for taking down most of the statues, quite honestly. Most of them represent this horrible systemic racism. I think we should totally get rid of them, a lot of them. But barring that, there are some nice-looking buildings from antiquity, right? And from the past, even the recent past, by recent, like a few hundred years ago, still some beautiful buildings and monuments and things like that. So when you go back to neoclassicism, especially visionary neoclassicism, those architects didn't even care if that stuff got bought in reality. They didn't care if they were realized in reality. Etienne Louis Boulay made a giant cenotaph to Isaac Newton, and he didn't really care if it was built. He made a drawing good enough. In his imagination, though, he could see how huge this would be, and it could do stuff that was impossible inside there, like 24-hour fireworks going on in the 1700s. That's not really going to fly, right? In a virtual world, in your imagination, that's, I'm sure. So he was trying to build conceptually, or think conceptually, beyond regular physics, beyond regular building or whatever. And really, that's suitable for a virtual world. It's perfectly suitable for a virtual world. So, yeah. Anyway, part of that seriousness that comes from that whole thing, whether it's you liking classical music, including Baroque music, or if you like these monumental buildings or Greco-Roman buildings or the ancient pyramids or whatever it is, there's a certain kind of mystical seriousness to them all. And also, there's a preoccupation with death. If we see that with the pyramids, we see that with the French neoclassical people. And I was thinking, there was a great glorification of death at the time. And I'm actually a person personally that goes for what you might call lifespan choice or indefinite lifespan. I think we should make technologies that allow you to live as long as you want. You can call it immortality if you want, whatever. But they certainly glorified things like the tragedy of death and the hope for immortality and things like that in these ancient monuments. Very serious, heady stuff. Why couldn't I make an NPC? This is where this is all going totally full circle. Why couldn't I make an NPC, a non-player character, that embodied this kind of looming tragedy, the seriousness, but also this transcendent feeling of like the classical music gives you, and also maybe part of that transcendence is kind of overcoming death or something, right? Or at least confronting it and dealing with it. I know it's all corny stuff. The 21st century has totally laughed at all this stuff. No one takes it seriously anymore. Look at me, I'm a cartoon character. How seriously can you take me, right? But there's a kind of a loss there, a cultural loss from the culture I'm part of originally. That's something I want to restore, or at least reconsider or look at again, and yet show it in terms of non-player characters. So that's why I pick a neoclassical. And then so if I take columns from a neoclassical building and stack them all up and make it also dramatic for my NPC, and maybe if it looks architectural, even if it looks like it's from the 1700s, but also this weird transcendent being that goes beyond the regular physics of regular space into the transmogrified physics of cyberspace, then I might be happy enough. Maybe that's good enough, and then I can just get these mental blocks out of my head, get out of this substantive thinking block, and open my mind to more transitive thinking, open the flow, and address that. And then maybe make something that is cool. Now, people might still laugh at what I make. People might say, oh, that just looks like some kind of neoclassical building from the past. Why is it moving around trying to be a creature? Okay, I get it. But I might at least, I'm just going to at least try and maybe make something like that. And if it still sucks, and if everything I do doesn't work out, then I'm not going to cry over it too much anymore. I'm just going to, maybe I'll make something goofy with the meta composition software that I've been tasked to create. So, or work with or make from. So, anyway, that's my giant ramble of what I want to do in NEOS in terms of what I won't say have to do as an obligation, but what I'm here to do in terms of paying my rent for a while. I got to make this in a few months, enough to be exhibitable. Well, for now, for today, I'm enjoying NEOS for tonight, really, in my time zone right now. It looks, like there's just a sunset here, but where I am in Vancouver, it's really dark, nighttime. But I just wanted to chill out, relax, remind myself why I'm in VR, get a new avatar, here it is, good enough. Just to break out of my old habits here and figure out what to do. So I figure out how to get past my mental blocks in here and how to really not take NEOS for granted, that's not what I meant, but really appreciate and savor what NEOS has to offer and what it can offer me. Again, in this world, I can't show you much because the user of this world, the creator of this world, has blocked me from creating in here. So maybe my next Twitch stream, I will show you how easy it is to build some things in here, and then I think I showed you. Actually, no, you know what? I showed people in an earlier Twitch video how to do that, but I'll show you again. Okay, so I'm completely. There's my name. Oh, where'd the camera go? The camera's stuck. This is a comedy of errors. Where'd the camera? Yeah. See, when I do something, I lose my train of thought in here. It's that distracting. VR is so distracting. It's so unlike everyday life, even this everyday world. Just to be here as a creature, it's hard to focus even on making anything, let alone making something you think is going to be substantial. Your train of thought, it's like having a attention deficit hyperactive disorder here, just not being able to focus. But I will get focused. I will make substantial work. That's the plan. I will get to work, discipline myself. But for today, I'm just celebrating for tonight. I'm just celebrating tomorrow. It's all about business. It's all about doing Skype meetings, getting the meta creation, the meta composition software going and working. From there, maybe that music that I help generate for that NPC, if it works, will inspire me to think more visually of what I really want to do for the visual design. And then Liz and I can come in here and build our own NPCs. I'm building one. She's building one. Maybe we'll get more inspired. I don't know what else to say right now. I didn't expect anyone to necessarily show up to Twitch. There's like one person watching. Hello, person watching. You can always text chat me if you want, and I should be able to see it. I should be able to respond if you so wish. Otherwise, no pressure whatsoever. There we go. No pressure whatsoever, though. Otherwise, I might just log out for a minute and collect my thoughts. Actually, I might just log out and collect my thoughts. I'll see if this is even worth posting, this Twitch stream. Sometimes a good stream of consciousness ramble is worth watching. I don't know if it's worth watching for me, but it's can be worth watching. Stuck in a corner here. Let's look at this view. Huh. I think the camera got stuck. Yeah, those mountains need more texturing, I gotta say. It's over here. Yeah, I gotta admit, it's a nice place to relax here. I think I'm gonna invite Liz and Convanch here, my friends, and the people I'm working with, and relax, chill out. Don't think too hard about what to do. Chill out, relax. Chillax. Okay, no more discussions about talking shop. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to relax. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to just let the flow go. Look, I got the whole yin-yang Tai Chi thing on me, on my wrists here. This came with the default avatar. It just makes me want to relax even more and accept the flow of the water, the flow of the virtual wind. I got a fan in my apartment that simulates the virtual wind. Get the wind feeling that way. Nice and windy. Just gonna... just looking at the water here. Yeah, nice. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to sign off for now. Sign off, and we will talk with you shortly. I'll have a more coherent Twitch stream for you. Maybe I am on at a time when actually people are on Twitch to say hi to me. Maybe the people around NEOS I can introduce you to. For now, I'm going to treat this as a recording, just as a reflective process style recording, and just chilling out. Okay, well, see you later. I know there was a ramble that went sort of nowhere, but sometimes it's good to ramble to get the thoughts out there. Okay, have a good one, I guess. Bye.